Okay, this is a video about space. It's
Okay.
about space.
Okay, so okay, because earlier I thought you were saying spice, and I was like, that doesn't make
Spy?
sense.
Why would I say spy?
That's exactly why I was like, why are you saying spice?
You might be stupid. I don't know.
Look, okay.
Comment down below if lasagna's stupid dum dum head.
No.
How did I miss both? I'm the stupid dum dum head. Anyway,
So it's fine.
so it is currently 11 p.m. Right?
I'm about to make dinner.
You're about to make dinner. I have an exam tomorrow.
Yeah, you do.
Literally in like 12 hours, I have an exam. And the exam is about space, right?
Oh, it's your universe.
It's the space exam. So I was like, I was doing some work, a little bit of revision, just last minute, being like, am I good? Am I gonna get fucked up? And I got a question, right? And there was a question on this past paper, and it was said, it was about black holes, and it was 6 marks, and you got 1 mark for naming both kinds of black holes. Like, there's 2 different main forms. You got 1 mark for saying how big they typically are, and then you got the final marks for describing how they're formed. And I was like, wow, that's really interesting. Not because of anything, because you got a mark for saying that for supermassive black holes, we have no idea how they're formed. You got a mark for going, I don't know. And I was like, that's really interesting. But like, also, it makes sense because yeah, we have no idea how those form. Like we don't have a clue. And I was like, I want to talk about it because it's interesting, right? Die. Thank you. Thanks, friends. So anyway, right, there's 2 kinds of black hole. I forgot you could do that in this room. There's 2 kinds of black holes. That's a lie. That's bullshit. But there's 2 kinds.
For this exam, there's 2 kinds of black
That guy
holes.
just went into a fucking. That guy went into. I don't know what happened.
We don't
to that
know.
Guy.
We don't need to know. It's fine.
So anyway, there's stellar black holes, which are like what you think of when you think of black holes, right? Like a star gets real big and then it dies and it explodes, and a black hole, like that's what you.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And then there's supermassive black holes, which you've probably heard of. You know, the real big boys, the big chungus black holes. Yeah.
You know what? When you become a scientist, you need to name something Big Chungus.
Would be the weirdest scientific name of all time.
Yeah.
But anyway, so stellar black holes, right? They make sense, right? Star, it's you know, it dies and it explodes and it collapses and forms a black hole.
Yeah.
And you can get these black holes to be, you know, like a few dozen times the size of the sun, right? Like they'll have like a couple dozen times the mass of the sun in them, just chilling.
All right.
Hey, that's a big, you know.
It's pretty big, yeah.
That's a lot of mass, right?
Yeah.
And then you got supermassive black holes. They have a few 100 million, if not billion, times the mass of the sun. And there isn't anything in between. There's nothing in between. And scientists are like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right, we're all sat here and we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right, because saying that there's black holes that are like you know, stellar black holes are up to like 30 solar masses, it's true. But some people are always shouting at their screen. But Linguini, there's black holes that are a few hundred, if not a few thousand solar masses, and they are very correct, right? At most, you'll get a few like 1,000 solar masses, maybe like a few hundred, no, not a few 100,000, but like a few 10,000s at like a push. Like a really old black hole. It's been eaten for a long time. It's maybe it's merged with some other black holes, right? 100,000 is still a long way off of 100 million.
Okay.
There's still a real big gap there.
Okay.
And scientists are like, yep, we have absolutely no idea why. Not a clue. Couldn't tell you. I died because I suck at the video game.
Nothing's new.
And I'm paying the utmost of attention to Ultrakill right now. But so there's then this question of like, what the fuck caused these black holes? Well, what caused them? Because like stellar black holes are very, very small, right? Like they're really small.
Okay.
Right? Like a black hole with a mass 30 times the sun. That's tiny. It's absolutely tiny. It's like, you can calculate it. I'm not gonna calculate it. I could, I know the formula, but I'm not going to. It uses a little thing called the Schwarzschild radius, if anyone's interested. It's like, that's like the radius of the, anyway.
Cool.
You can calculate it. Point being, it's tiny, right? For something the mass of the sun, it would be like a few, like 100 kilometers, maybe a few million kilometers. You know, like, not a few million, maybe a few thousand kilometers. It would be like the size of the Earth at most. Right? It'd be pretty. I won't stress it. It would be pretty small.
Okay.
And then you know, if they merge and if they eat some stuff, they might become like, you know, the size of the sun. Maybe. Supermassive black holes are like 3 times the size of the entire solar system, and that includes the Oort cloud, which is.
Remember this from G?
The Oort cloud is okay. Have you heard of the Pluto?
Yes.
Pluto's part of the Kuiper belt. It's like a second asteroid belt.
Okay.
That's like, you know, the furthest thing you'll get taught at school. Like, that's like the furthest thing away from the sun.
Even though it wasn't much detail, I can't.
No, they don't really tell you much because it's so far away. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
The Oort cloud is like so much further. It's like the furthest reaches. It's a cloud of a bunch of asteroids right at the edge of the sun's gravity, right on like the fringe of I'm gonna go and fuck off into space, and the sun seems pretty cool. It's unbelievably far away if you think about it. And like the biggest star in the universe, just for reference, will go up to the orbit of Saturn. Yeah, the orbit of Saturn. The biggest star in the universe will go from the sun to Saturn. Right, it's a big star.
Oh, okay.
Nothing compared to the biggest black hole. It genuinely nothing compared to the biggest black holes.
Okay, cool.
Like the biggest black holes could fit the entire solar system in like 3 times over, like all like length to length.
Okay.
Keep in mind, a black hole with the mass of the sun is like tiny, like tiny. So what the fuck has made these? What has caused this to exist? Because it must have been something just unimaginably large, right? Like, keep in mind, it has the mass of millions of stars. Hundreds of millions, if not billions of stars. Which also, this has the funny side effect of, like, you know how, like, everything in the solar system orbits the sun, because the sun is most of the solar system's mass. This leads to the misconception of, like, oh, supermassive, like galaxies orbit their supermassive black hole at the center, because we believe every galaxy has one in the middle. That's just a theory. We are yet to find a galaxy without one in the middle. So this leads people to believe, oh, okay, so we're orbiting the black hole in the center of our galaxy. No.
Okay.
No, not even close.
That's good.
Like the sun is 99.8% of the entire mass of the solar system. That's a lot. A black hole with a billion suns worth of mass is 0.1% of a universe of the average galaxy. Because the average galaxy you have like a trillion stars, 100 trillion stars, you know, like a lot of stars. So like yes, there's a supermassive black hole in the middle of the galaxy. No, the galaxy does not orbit it. And also, no, we don't actually know why they're always in the middle of galaxies. We have like no idea.
That's so good.
It's just like you could put like the simple explanation of, oh well, they're really big, so they sink to the middle, but like that doesn't really make sense on a galactic level. But like just roll with it. It makes it easy and simple, and brain goes, yup, that makes sense, even though it's probably not true.
No.
So we have no idea what formed these things.
No.
We have no idea how they got so big.
No.
We have no idea why they're always in the center of galaxies. And we have no idea, and we just have no idea, like, what could possibly have formed them. Nothing. We know nothing. Absolutely nothing.
It's so good.
Yeah. And the weird part is, right, this is the weird thing. Okay. This is gonna be, like, real backwards. Black holes, like, slowly evaporate over time. And they evaporate because, like, particles just kind of appear next to them. Don't worry about how this happens. They just do.
Okay.
And, like, two particles will appear, right? And then they'll immediately delete each other. So the universe is like, that's fine, everything is balanced. They're deleted, I don't care.
Okay.
Sometimes one of those particles falls into the black hole.
Oh.
So the universe is like, well, now there's just a new particle floating around. I don't like that, that's bad. So the black hole loses a little bit of mass to compensate. And that's why they slowly evaporate over time. This is a very... Sure.
It's okay.
This is a very big oversimplification of Hawking radiation. Anyway,
Sure.
anyway. So you would think, right, the bigger a black hole is, the more area it has, the faster it would evaporate, right? Like, you know, there's more surface for these particles to fall into,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
No.
No.
The smaller they are, the faster they evaporate. Like, exponentially.
Oh, okay.
Which you know, doesn't make sense when you think about it.
No.
No?
No.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
That's because, there's like a weird thing where okay, we're gonna get freaky right now.
What?
And people, you might not understand any of this, but it's fine.
What?
My teacher at 8th level for physics, he is a professor of general relativity at Oxford University. Very big brain guy. And he just casually dropped, oh yeah, stars will collapse faster than the speed of light. And the reason, and he didn't really tell us why. But like, he basically said, like, when a star is collapsed into a black hole, it has smashed through every single force like the universe has put in its way to stop it. Which is like such an oversimplification, but it's all I have. Because I'm not this deep in the rabbit hole like this guy was.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, these stars collapse from like the size of the solar system to a tiny black hole in like nanoseconds. Which, you know, to get from the sun to Earth, light takes 8 seconds, right, for reference. So, they collapse pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And the idea is, right, is because of how fast it collapses, because of how fast it's moving, it undergoes and because of how much gravity there is, it undergoes an unimaginable amount of time dilation. Which is where, like the faster you go, the slower, like, time moves or whatever.
Okay.
Or because there's, like, a shitload of gravity, like, time moves real slow.
Okay.
So the idea is, it's undergoing an unbelievably large amount of time dilation. Which, like for like, an astronaut whizzing around in the space station, they'll come back to Earth, like, a few milliseconds, like, younger or older. I forget which way around it is. But, like, you know, it's a very small, very weak effect. The idea is the larger the black hole is, the more it collapses. The more it collapses, the more gravity it has. The more gravity it has, the more time dilation it goes. And when they collapse, they, instead of, you know, immediately rebounding, right? It implodes. Right? It collapses and then instantly rebounds. Instead of doing that, it's just doing that really slowly. And by really slowly, I mean on a time scale that is so long, you may as well call it forever. Because you may as well call it forever. So the bigger they are, the more time dilation they go under, the longer they live for. It's weird. It's freaky.
It is freaky.
It's freaky, and
we're not lying.
I told you. It's kind of it's a little bit cool, because this is gonna be really weird to say, and it's gonna take a lot of mental leaping. But imagine it from the perspective of the black hole, right? Imagine you are the black hole. You're collapsing real quickly. You hit this infinitely tiny point where you can't collapse any further, and then you immediately like rebound and explode, right? Just like an implosion, like a normal implosion, like you try.
Implosion.
Yeah, an implosion, right? Like it collapses as small as it can collapse, and then it very quickly, violently explodes, just like a supernova. Just like how a supernova, right? When a star collapses, it gets real small and then immediately explodes out and bursts out, right? That's all a black hole is doing. It's just doing it so unbelievably violently, it slows down time for what may as well be forever before we perceive it as actually exploding. So, like, the black hole's kind of just, it's just what we, it's not actually, like, it is a real thing, but it's not actually a real thing. It's just what we, it's just the bit of the explosion that we see, because it's taking such a lot, it's doing it so slowly. And it's doing it over such a long period of time. Which is also, like, that also explains why when a black hole dies, it explodes. Which doesn't really make sense.
No.
No. Like, you'll think, like, oh, these black holes, like, you know, they're slowly, like, fizzling away. That's what they're doing. They're fizzling out and dying, right? So why do they explode when they die? Yeah, well, we think they explode when they die. We haven't actually, you know, seen one do that, and we never will.
Is this all theory?
Yeah, no, we, like, it's a time scale, again, that may as well be forever. Like, we will never know if any of this is true. Like, if, like, the age of the universe is...
Thank you, please.
That's a W, please, Scott. The age of the universe, right, is 1 times 10 to the 10 years. Very roughly. The average age of, like, a supermassive black hole is probably 1 times 10 to, like, the 70. And keep in mind, every time that number goes up by 1, it's multiplying by 10. So, like, we will never see a black hole explode. As, like, a species, the universe will be so dead.
Oh.
It will be, the universe will die billions and trillions of years before the first black holes, like, start exploding.
Oh.
So anyway, it wouldn't make sense that a black hole explodes if it just fizzles out and dies, though. So then there's the idea of, well, it's just a supernova. It's just a really, really long and drawn-out supernova. Like a really long one. A really long, like... A really long... It's taken its sweet time. But yeah, that's kind of like that's the idea. That's what it is. That's what... I shot... Bullshit. Give me like a referee like on that one. I shot it in the head before, and it should have reset its shot. Bullshit. Anyway, yeah, that's what a black hole is. A black hole is just kind of like a strange illusion of a really long explosion.
Oh.
Like a really long one.
Okay.
It's weird. It's freaky.
It is.
Yeah.
As if black holes weren't freaky enough.
Have I ever told you that time and space are reversed inside a black hole?
I feel like I've seen this somewhere else, not you, but you can tell me.
It's pretty, like I say, it's pretty simple. It's like, you know how, like, you know, you walk and you're walking through space?
Yeah.
And time just kind of passes by you and there's nothing you can do about it?
Yeah.
That's just the opposite in a black hole. When you move through time, and space is a thing that just kind of passes by you and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, you actively move through time when you move. Which is why you can't escape a black hole. Because to move backwards in a black hole would be to move backwards in time. Because you're moving through time. So you can only go forwards in time.
Oh.
You can only go forwards in time. So when you're inside a black hole, you can only go forwards. Which is towards the middle. It's, if you want to escape the black hole, you'd have to go backwards in time, which
You haven't done that.
you can't do that. You can't do that.
We can't do that.
You can't do that. Like, fundamentally, you just cannot do that.
Is that like...
No, that's like a fundamental, like, you cannot do that.
No, I know that. I was just like thinking. I remember like the thing where reality isn't that way to that. So
No, that's a different. That's
a different thing. Okay,
that's the idea of, like, if a tree falls over and no one sees it or hears it, did it actually fall over, or did it just, like, blip from...
Oh, this is so good.
I
love that this happens during the space episode. Okay.
Yep. But anyway, no, that's the idea of, like, if a tree falls over and no one sees it or hears it, did it, like, do the process of falling over, or did it just blip from being a tree to next time someone sees it, it's, you know, fallen over?
Yeah.
Which, imagine that, but, like, that's how the fucking universe actually works.
Okay,
Super oversimplified again. But anyway, no.
Oh. What?
Broad has no bugs.
That's,
What?
Oh!
AMD bug report.
AMD,
I didn't press a button.
I think
to-
Japanese AMD drivers is gonna love that.
I just want to point out, I didn't press a button to activate that. It just activated that after the game bugged out. Even my drivers are like, man, Ford has no bugs. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Anyway, yeah. So time is backwards in a black hole. So
Yeah.
the smartest thing to do in a black hole, if you want to extend your lifespan for as long as possible, assuming you fall in a black hole, is to not move, actually. Because any movement you do will just push you closer to the singularity and death.
Okay.
Because it will just bring you forwards in time.
What? Is the assumption we can't escape black holes?
No, it's like, you cannot.
You cannot.
To escape a black hole, you would have to go faster than...
Oh.
Okay, now my mouse isn't centered on Ultrakill. I love how when my mouse doesn't lock in Ultrakill and goes off onto my second monitor. Thank you, Hikita. Love that. Love that.
I had a question.
You had a question.
Of if what is the point? Is the point to not move is to like spaghettify yourself less?
No. You're gonna get just a spaghetti fight. It's just it would take longer for it to happen.
But why would you want that?
Well, exactly. But it's like you know, if you were trying to prolong your life as much as possible,
Oh, okay.
you wouldn't move, because any direction you move in will just accelerate you towards your death.
Okay, but like, wouldn't you want that if you're already?
Can my
Oh my god.
I hate this game. My cursor doesn't lock into the center of my screen. And I love Ultrakill for that. It's so cool.
It's so great.
It's so great when my cursor decides I'm actually not going to center. Can we fix this? Please? Thanks, devs.
Yeah, they watch all of these religiously.
Yeah, no, they do. They do. Anyway, hey guys, look, space. Wow,
Oh my god,
crazy.
space,
Wow,
this
insane.
is the thing we're talking about.
Insane. But yeah, no, so like, because you're moving in time, like, yes, you're drifting towards the center of the black hole,
Yes.
but it's like how when you're living, like, time just kind of passes by you.
Yes.
You're just kind of passing through the black hole, and there's nothing you can do about it.
No, you will be spaghetti.
Like, you will die. It's cooked, buddy. But any direction you move in will always accelerate you towards the center, because any direction you move in will move you faster through time. Even if you move backwards, if you try moving backwards, you'll just move forwards faster,
Okay.
which is kind of cool. But again, allegedly we all think this because how the fuck we prove this, but you know,
Yeah.
that's what the math says, effectively.
The maths is.
As far as we're aware, not yet. And by that, I mean, we know it's wrong, we don't know how, and it's currently working. So we're just not going to change it until it stops working.
This is true.
That's how it rolls. Anyway. Yeah. So black holes are weird.
Yes.
Black holes are really weird.
Yes.
Again, we don't know. We don't even know how most of them form. Not most of them. We don't know how the biggest ones even, like, came into existence. Got ideas.
Oh.
Like, maybe they're just, like, unimaginably old. They're from, like, just a couple million years after the universe formed, which is, like, you know, it sounds like, oh, a couple million years? That's, you know, that's such a long time. But, like, no. That's, like, the first atoms formed. The first atoms formed about 300,000 years after the universe came into existence. So, like, a couple million? That's nothing. And the idea is back then, the universe was, like, way smaller, way hotter, way denser. There's a lot more stuff per square meter in the universe. A lot more. So if a black hole formed, it would have a lot of stuff to eat. A lot of stuff to eat. And it wouldn't run out. And it would have a lot of time to have done that. And then the second idea is, again, when this universe, like, this is my favorite one, just because it's fucking, like, metal as shit. But, like, there's this idea that, when the universe was young and hot and dense and not that old again, really big stars could form. Really big stars. Like, stars that are, again, like, multiple times the size of the solar system. I think I have, but it's fucking cool, so I'm going to mention it again for the people who haven't... I'm not playing 8-4. I'm going to mention it again for the people who haven't heard of it before. the quasi-stars. Which is a really
Quasi-stars.
yeah, that's what they're called. And the idea is like you can get like the stars have like a limit on how big they can form
Yeah.
today, right? Because when they get too big, they start blasting off way too much radiation.
Oh.
Like they get way too strong and they blow away the dust that was forming them with how strong the radiation is. They fucking blow it away so they can't use. They literally push away their own fuel.
Oh.
So they have like a limit on how big they can get, like a hard limit. And the only way they can get bigger is something like actively pushes stuff into it. That's the only way it can get bigger. Which is really convenient when you look at the early universe, because when the universe was hot and dense, the entire fucking universe was pushing stuff into the star. So the star got really big, and it just kept getting bigger, and it kept getting bigger, and it wouldn't stop getting bigger. Way too big now. We should slow down, guys. And then the idea is the star would get so big, like the way a star works. It's the gravity of just how much stuff is in the star is trying its best to collapse into a black hole. It's trying its damn hardest to crush itself. That sentry's still alive, I swear. It's not. Anyway. So it's trying its hardest to collapse, and the star's core it's fusing because of how much it's being crushed. It's fusing like hydrogen together, which is releasing a shitload of energy, which pushes against the collapse. Right, so stars are actually just the world's biggest like balancing act in the universe. Like it's actually like the most fragile balance. It's insane how they exist on the thinnest tightrope. It's a miracle they exist.
Damn.
Like it's genuinely insane.
Okay.
So you have this pressure from the star pushing down on it, and you have the fact that the star is pushing down on itself causes itself to start fusing in its core, which then pushes against the star collapsing and keeps itself in a balance. And the bigger the star gets, the harder it tries to collapse, the hotter it gets, the more it fuses, the faster it fuses, the harder it pushes against the collapse, right?
Yeah.
So as long as you have fuel in the core and enough like pressure, the star is stable. And actually the thing that causes red giants is when the star like runs out of fuel, it can't fuse as hard. So it releases less energy. So the star starts to collapse again.
Yeah.
And then that collapse makes the star's core hotter and fuse harder, which then lets it fuse like larger atoms, which releases more energy, which releases a shitload more energy, and pushes way against gravity, so the star gets like really big.
Oh.
Until the star gets so big that it doesn't like fuse as hard, and it like, you know, the core releases less energy. Again, right? Like the star pushes harder in like the gravity pushes harder on the star. The star pushes harder back because the gravity's pushing harder, and then eventually the gravity can't push as hard because it's it's been blown out like crazy, and they reach a different balance. That's how like red giants work. But anyway, the idea behind quasi-stars is they got like disgustingly large. They took this to the extreme, and by the extreme I mean their core got pushed so hard by the weight of the star on top of it that gravity wins, right? Even though it's fusing like fucking crazy, it's the strongest fusion reactor in the history of the universe. It's too much gravity. It can't. It like you cannot produce enough radiation pressure to push against the gravity. So gravity wins. The core collapses, right? And what happens when a really big core collapses? A black hole gets formed. So normally, right, this is the end, right? Gravity wins. Gravity wins. The core collapses. The star fucking just implodes in on itself. And it turns into a black hole. But what happens here is, like, the core collapses, yeah. The core turns into a black hole. But there's so much star above it that it just kind of firms it. Like it goes supernova. The core has a supernova explosion, which, you know, mind you, is the largest explosion in the universe. And it just kind of tanks it. Like, straight up. And it doesn't implode. Like, normally what happens in a supernova is, like, the core collapses and it blows the outer gases of the star away. That's what a nebula is, actually. You know, like nebulas and like gas in the sky in space. Like those giant gas clouds in space. That's like the leftovers of supernova. That's where the sun was formed by like an ancient supernova and the gas it blew away. Right? So normally, that's what happens, right? The core implodes, it leaves behind its black hole or its neutron star, and a nebula forms. No! There's too much junk on top of the star, so, like, sure, it goes supernova, but there's so much gravity holding the star together that it just tanks the supernova and keeps on going.
Wow.
And then now you've got a black hole in the middle of this star, right? You just fuck it, right? We ball, black hole in the middle of the star. Black holes do this crazy thing called heating stuff up like fucking crazy, right? They spin really fast, right? Like you know what? Like when you're a kid and you're on like a spinning thing, and like you pull your arms in and you pull your legs in and you spin faster.
Yeah.
And you're like, huh, that's weird. Same thing applies to stars and black holes. It's conservation of angular momentum. It's boring. Fuck angular momentum. The idea, right, is like a star is spinning reasonably quickly. When it turns into a black hole, it gets a lot smaller.
Okay.
So it has to spin a lot faster.
Okay.
A lot faster. Like millions of times a second in some case. Like fast. So imagine being in that, like close to that thing. In its gravitational field, it's spinning millions of times a second. It's dragging you. It is pulling you along with it, and whether you like it or not. And it's gonna pull you fast. It's gonna pull you really hard. And there's a lot of stuff being pulled with you. And you know, when stuff crashes into other things really quickly, you get friction, right? You know, you rub your hands together, the faster you rub them, the harder you rub them, the hotter your hands get.
Yeah.
Exact same thing.
Okay.
The stuff near a black hole that's falling into a black hole, it rubs together, and it rubs together real hard. And they're at like significant fractions the speed of light. They have a lot of energy. They get really hot. You think the core of a star is hot? No. Compared to these things, they're called accretion disks. Nothing. Core of the sun is a nothing burger compared to this thing, right? Now imagine that, but inside a star. It's a lot stronger. It's a lot hotter. It's releasing a lot more energy than any star core ever would. So it can keep the star together, even though it collapsed its own core and tanked a supernova. Because of how much gravity it has, the black hole can hold the star together. Because it's eating up the shit around it that fucking much, right? And it's a black hole. It's teeny tiny. It's in the middle of the star. The star is still pushing on this black hole. It's pushing down unimaginably hard on this black hole. It is forcing an unimaginable amount of its, like, the star's mass into this black hole. It's forcing it into the black hole. It has a lot of mass. Like, you know, millions of times the sun's mass, right? You see where this is going? Black hole being forced to eat a shitload of stuff that is potentially millions of times the weight of the sun. You can see now, right, over, you know, however many million, the star would not be alive for very long, right? Like, the sun, already the sun doesn't live for that long.
No.
The sun lives for about 10 billion years. On a star lifespan, that's not that long, right? Red dwarfs will live for trillions of years. The biggest and hottest stars will live for a few million years. This thing, with a fucking black hole eating it up, who knows? It's not going to be around for very long. It's not going to be around for very long. But the whole time it's around, it's just forcing mass into this black hole. And as it's forcing mass into this black hole, the black hole's burning hotter and harder, and it's pushing against the sun, which is going to be pushing it like more matter into this black hole, and it just grows at unbelievably fast rate until eventually so much mass gets forced into this black hole. The star has lost so much mass. The black hole has gotten so unbelievably large and strong that even a star that unbelievably powerful would die, right? And what you're left with would be like an unimaginably large black hole. And then there's this, like, at least this is my little conspiracy theory, right? This has no backing, no evidence. I just think this is a cool idea. You know, remember earlier, like way earlier when I said that supermassive black holes are always in the center of galaxies?
Yeah.
If these black holes did form like a couple million years into the universe's life, right? Galaxies aren't a thing at this point.
Yeah.
But if these black holes are a thing, and they're like these unimaginably hot, large, dense things, right? They've got a huge amount of gravity, a disgusting amount of gravity. Maybe they're like the seed that started galaxies.
What the fuck?
Like you know how like if you've got like a clump of wet sand, right? It will attract like more wet sand towards it.
What?
It's hard to, like sometimes like you're doing something, you're trying to glue something together, and you need to start with like something sticky.
Okay.
Right, like it won't all stick together. You get a bunch of sand, that
Okay.
sand's not sticking together.
No.
You make a little bit of it wet, and suddenly the dry stuff will start sticking to the wet stuff.
Okay.
It's kind of like that. Like you've got like this whole universe. It's kind of chilling. It's doing nothing. It's mostly uniform. Mostly. And then you've got this insanely dense point. Right? This point that is stupid dense, completely different to the rest of everything. And it's going to attract stuff towards it, right? And then the more stuff it attracts towards it, the more stuff will get attracted to it. The more stuff that gets attracted to it, the more stuff that will go towards it, and it kind of just like grows from there. And then eventually, after a while, you end up with a galaxy. This is entirely like speculation and spitballing because we don't know. We have no idea what forms galaxies. There's a lot of bullshit to do with dark matter that we don't understand. We know it's there, we don't know how or why or what it does. So this is... I know this is wrong. What I'm saying is wrong. But no one knows what is right, is the thing.
So there's a chance you're right.
No,
Oh.
because it doesn't involve dark matter. That's a whole different... But anyway, yeah. So I think that's a little conspiracy theory. Like these black holes, if they form like this, which they probably didn't, let's be honest. If they form like this and if they existed, maybe they were like the seeds for galaxies, and that's why they're always in the center. Because we don't know why they're always in the center, so maybe that's why. I don't know, that's my little conspiracy theory. Anyway, I said before we started this video, you were like, is this going to be a half-an-hour long video? And I was like, nah, it's 40 minutes.
I'm so hungry.
What the fuck did I miss? Bullshit.